You're working with foster parents and the State Department of Health and Human Services on legislation to create greater stability for foster children. Can you tell viewers about the bill and where it is in the process?
Sure. What's really driving this is the stories I hear from my constituents about foster kids that keep getting shuffled through the system and don't have any stability in their lives, and how that it's so detrimental to them. Also, I hear about the foster parents who they pour their hearts into kids. They've had them for a couple of years. They're finally ready to adopt, and at the last second get just snatched away from them. A relative shows up that nobody knows or something like that. There have to be some things that we can do to fix the system. So I've got a bill that would in certain situations, move up the timeline so that if the parents are not going to come around, there's just no chance for getting them back together with their parents. And I really respect parent rights. But if that's not going to happen, that can give more certainty to the foster parents and to the adoptive kids. Today, in fact, I think even as we speak, the committee, I think, is voting on my bill to get it out of committee. I think it's going to be amended because I've been working with the Department of Health and Human Services to amend the language to get, they're a little concerned to make sure that it's very clear. Also, just 5 minutes ago, I was talking with Senator Hargrove, who's had some previous legislation on this topic, to see how he feels about it, because there's no point in me getting it out of the House if it's not going to pass in the Senate. And he has different concerns. He comes down, we're always trying to balance the needs of the child, the parents, relatives, foster parents to achieve the best outcome. And he comes down a little bit different. And so he's looking over a couple of different possibilities, and we're trying to see what is going to be the best legislation. But we just can't leave the things the way they are. That we've got to do something to make things better for these kids.
You're also working on a bill that would help local governments and lower emissions of emergency vehicles. Can you tell the viewers about this bill and why it's important?
This is a really interesting bill. It's my first chance to work with the Department of Ecology. They came to the private sector looking for ways to reduce vehicle emissions. Now, the private sector responded great, and they have a program, and the specific one that I know about is where they put a generator on top of a fire engine, and then when the fire engine gets to where it's going, they're able to shut down that huge engine on the fire engine, run this generator, which powers the water and electrical and all of that. And we found that not only does it save on emissions, it reduces noise, and it saves fuel, saving money, of course, and they're actually using that money to hire more firefighters, creating jobs. It's a win-win for everybody. Well, I got approached saying that this program is very successful, but they need more money to keep it going. Well, so I got to thinking, if it's making money, we can, instead of just giving money to them, how about we make a revolving account where they actually pay back some of that money, and then that money funds continuing projects. So I have not run into any opposition. Everybody seems to love the idea. It all makes sense. The only problem is it's not in the governor's budget. And so we have to get around that and make people understand that this is important enough that we should fund it. And it's a win-win. We can save millions of dollars and accomplish all of the goals. It's just, I'm very excited about it. I think things are going well.
You're speaking to a group of Eagle Scouts this week. As an Eagle Scout, what thoughts will you share with them?
This is another fun thing that I'm really looking forward to tonight. As an Eagle Scout, I've been thinking about how my Boy Scouting background has brought me to this point. And some things like their motto is "Be prepared." Just how it applies to my everyday life. The idea of, there are popular sayings now like pay it forward or doing random acts of kindness. Well, the Boy Scouts forever have been saying do a good turn daily. They've been ahead of the curve and that kind of a thing. And all of the values of Boy Scouts I think have brought me to who I am today. And it's just great for society, and I want to just convey that to them, that here's my story, here's how Boy Scouting affected me, and it's good for you and it's good for society, and stick with it, it's good stuff.